What's going on, guys? Ultra Nastasio here with FlytPath.com. Now in this video, we do have the update firmware on the Mavic 3, and I do have Spotlight on here, which is part of the FocusTrack options, along with ActiveTrack and Point of Interest. And for those who aren't familiar with Spotlight, basically what it allows you to do is just select a subject or an object or a person in your shot or in your video, and the drone will try to keep that subject or that person in the middle of your shot at all times. And what this allows you to do is actually focus on the sticks, focus on your height, focus around flying around the object, and all you have to do is worry about the altitude and the direction of your flight, and ideally the drone will try to keep that subject in the middle of your screen. So I do want to test this one out. This is on the new firmware on the Mavic 3. I have a stationary object over there that I'm going to shoot, and also there's some boats. Hopefully I'll be able to catch one of those as well. But let's get this thing up in the air and I'll talk you through using Spotlight on the Mavic 3. But before we get into today's Spotlight video, a quick word from today's sponsor, Epidemic Sound. Now, whenever you hear any audio or sound effects in my videos, I get all of my music from Epidemic Sound. Now, if you're a content creator like myself here on YouTube and you do post any videos with music in them, the one thing you don't want to deal with is have copyright claims on any of that audio that you put in your videos. And that's the reason why you use royalty-free music libraries like Epidemic Sound. The great thing about their catalog is that they have over 35,000 soundtracks and over 90,000 sound effects to use in your videos. And the one thing I do like about Epidemic Sound is that they keep your history of your downloads and things that you've played, and every time you log back into the site, they have a bunch of music and sound effects that they recommend based off of my history. They have personal plans for creators like myself, and also commercial plans for businesses and freelancers. The great thing with both plans, you do have access to their full catalog of music and sound effects. So if you're looking at enhancing your videos with some sound design, make sure you use my links down below for a no commitment 30-day free trial of Epidemic Sound. And now, back to the Spotlight video. As always, first thing you need to do in order for you to activate the FocusTrack as well as the ActiveTrack and the Spotlight is you need to get the drone up in the air. So let's get this thing up. And what's actually kind of cool is that when I did Spotlight here, it's actually labeling it as a boat, which is really awesome. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of fly around it, and the great thing is that the camera will automatically adjust and try to keep that boat in the picture. So as you can see here, I'm not adjusting the camera angle, I'm not adjusting the tilt of the camera. All I'm doing right now is just following the boat and actually turning and spinning my drone or following my drone around it, and the camera will try to keep everything in the center of the frame. As you can see, I'm just moving my drone from right to left, and the camera is actually tilting and moving. So these are normally a little bit more complex types of shots if you were to try to do this freely, but this is what's really good about Spotlight. It actually keeps that subject right there in the middle, and all you have to do is fly around it. I can actually go further away from the boat if I wanted to, just like that. I can bring the drone a little bit lower if I want to, just like this. I can go in front of it, raise it up a little bit. And all I'm doing is just really following the boat while I'm able to change angles and not have to worry about having to track it with my camera. The drone and Spotlight is actually doing all that work for you. And we'll see how it is. I'm going to fly right over and see. I'm actually not adjusting the camera tilt, as you can see, but the camera is tilting down and keeping it right in the shot. I'm flying right above it. I'm going to fly right to the right. Let's just see how this looks. Oh, that's cool. There you go.
Fly cautiously.
That's really cool. And we are in Spotlight. It does label it as a little ship or a little boat there, but these dynamic shots are really cool. And as you can see here, I'm holding my controller. All I'm doing right now is just moving the drone around. What this is really good for is for you to focus on the height of your drone, the orbit around it, how smooth you want it to be. All right, so there we just tracked a little boat here. Just if you wanted to follow or spotlight just a stationary object, what you can do here is just circle that object right there, and there you go. Now we're in spotlight mode. And like I said, if you wanted to fly closer to it or fly to the left, all I'm doing now is just flying around it, and it'll then map and keep that subject as close to the middle as possible. And you don't have to necessarily have to be the best pilot in order for you to do this. As long as it's locating that target, you're able to now fly, and I can actually focus on the maneuvering. I can focus on the height. So if I want to go a little bit higher, I can do that. If I want to go around it like this, if I want to go a little bit lower, let me just bring the drone a little bit lower. Just like that. So very similar to what you would be doing if you had something like point of interest, but this gives you a little bit more control over the sticks while you're in flight. Here I can just fly right over it. And as I go up higher and fly right over it, as you can see, the drone itself is now going to continuously move with those spots. And then pull back. And I'm not moving anything. I'm not using any of the scroll wheels to change the gimbal. And you're able to get really, really nice dynamic shots using Spotlight. That's about it, guys. Just want to show you Spotlight on the Mavic 3. If you guys haven't seen my other FocusTrack videos, make sure you guys check out the other videos on ActiveTrack as well as point of interest. Links will be above as well as down below in the video description. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. And also don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Alger Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.